soon as they get here, we'll take them through the gangway. It's pretty quiet now, and then we can go straight into the tour. What do you think?
Sounds like a great idea.
And you still want to do the tour together?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's do it. Well, here they are.
Oh, we've been waiting for you.
Welcome to your first Solstice class vessel. My name is Barry. I'm an HR manager on board one of the Solstice class ships.
My name is Ella, and I'm the training and development manager on one of the Solstice class vessels.
And we have prepared a ship tour for you to help you familiarize yourself with these beautiful but very big ships for your first contract on board a Solstice class ship.
We're going to show you all the crew and all the guest areas.
Yes, these ships have some fantastic features. We want you to see them. We want you to be familiar with them so that your adaptation can be much, much easier. So,
I can't wait to begin with the tour.
Well, let's go. Let's go on your tour.
I-95, if we cannot call it the heartbeat of the operation, for sure we can call it the artery of the ship, but why are we calling it I-95?
Okay, I-95 is actually the highway that goes from Florida to New York all the way up to the United States, so this is why this corridor is called the I-95.
So basically what you're saying to me is that there's very heavy traffic going on here, is that correct?
Correct, and it goes all the way from aft to forward. If you're in the F&B operation, all your elevators, your loading areas, your prep areas are all in the back over there. But you will be using this corridor for a lot more than just going to the elevators.
Absolutely. Beside that, we also can find here all the offices, the marine offices, the hotel offices, and loads of information are everywhere on the notice boards.
That's right. You have notice boards about training, human resources, privilege grid, you have human resources about wellness, boards about wellness, you have safety, security, environmental. Also over here, we have this little corridor on the side. We're around where? Midship?
Yeah, Midshippy.
Midshippy. So this is where you find the medical facility, the crew entrance for the medical facility. Is
one facility I hope you would never have to visit, as long as you work on board.
That's right, that's right. We don't want to be there, or at least for a good reason. Now, if you take a look over here, also we have our emergency plans. Our emergency plans are posted all over the I-95. You actually have more than one copy of it, and a deck breakdown as well.
Of the entire ship, correct. And also, each and every crew member on board has their specific emergency duty, so you can just come and check it on the board. What is your duty during an emergency situation?
Yeah. If you notice something, if you've been on other ships before, the I-95 on the Solstice class ship is a little bit narrower.
That's true. I noticed that as well.
Yeah, the ship is bigger, but the corridor is narrow. So what happens is, during embarkation day, the night before embarkation and during embarkation, it gets really, really congested in this area. So it's actually a really good thing for you to know alternative routes through deck 2 or deck 3 or even deck 1 to get to your location, because it gets crazy busy in here. Absolutely. And now we're getting closer to
the elevators that are located on Midship forward again.
Yeah. These are your second set of crew elevators. So your first set of crew elevators are all the way aft. Your second set of crew elevators are midship. And over here you have the
main staircase.
Main staircase. Yes, this staircase will take you to up and down from the. It will take you to the crew bar. It will take you to the training room. Where else does it take you?
Also to the games room. We have a games room down there as well. So,
yeah.
With a lot of interesting games.
Yes, that's correct. And of course, it's a lot of action happens there in the evenings with the crew parties, the events, and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So let's go have a look at the crew mess and the forward I-95.
Yeah, let's go. So here we are at the forward part of our artery on the ship.
That's correct. And so what can we find here? For example, the forward crew elevators.
Yep.
Yeah?
And the entrance is to the mess, of course.
Yes, actually,
Very important.
there's one mess here, one mess concept on the Solstice class, so you don't have the separate messes, but there's 3 entrances, so you have multiple entrances over here.
Now, as we go along, this is actually the entrance to our Connections Lounge.
That's correct. The Connections Lounge where you can relax and maybe write an email home, decompress a little bit. It's a great area for you as well.
Fantastic massage chairs and just so many things to do as well. And this is actually the Mingles Lounge, or aka the staff for non-smoking bar, as we like to call it.
And here we have one more entrance to the crew mess, and now we're all the way forward. If you keep going this way, what do you find?
Well, basically, if you keep going forward, you will be able to find our library, where you can again go and just borrow some books, play some board games. It's a very quiet room, and also something very important, which is the crew gym with very, very good equipment, I might say.
Great equipment, state of the art. This gym is almost like a guest gym, except that you don't have the windows, but it's a fantastic area, and our crew members love it. It's one of the busiest areas of the ship.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy your little tour of the I-95.
The artery of the ship.
All right, let's go eat.
Something smells very good.
That's right. Where are we at?
It's the mess, located all the way on deck 2 forward. This is another unique Solstice class feature, considering that we only have one mess where we all eat together, so we don't have separately officers, staff, and crew mess.
Pretty cool.
But I know, it's very cool, but we all eat together, which from the HR point of view, I think it's a very good thing, considering that we all get to know each other and the teams are getting more cohesive.
That's right. Everybody gets along. Everybody comes and eats together. You don't have to wait to see somebody in a specific area. Everybody is in the same area. You grab whatever food you want out of the 3 lines that we have. We try to cater to everybody. So you have different lines with different selections, even vegan and vegetarian. And once they grab, they can sit wherever, with whoever, without any headaches. It's actually a great experience because the crew members get much closer together.
Absolutely. And as you said, we're trying to cater to everybody. You need to know that there are more than 70 different nationalities here on board, and we're really trying to cater to everyone. There are some food items that are on the menu every day. However, when it comes to the rest, they are changing from day to day. We also cater to people who are vegetarian or even vegan.
That's right, that's right. So this is the Sunset Diner, or the crew mess. We're in deck 2 all the way forward. Now, we've been speaking about food a little bit too long.
Way too long.
Now,
I'm so hungry. Let's go.
Enjoy. So here we are, Ella and I in the Sunset Diner having lunch. Well, actually Ella's having lunch because I somehow ended up doing the interview. So I'm here with Rodney and Camille. Rodney, where are you from?
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent. So how long have you been on Solstice class?
Well, this is my 3rd opening.
Okay.
Since, I've been on the Solstice, then I went to Equinox, and now the Eclipse.
Okay.
And I came back here again.
Perfect. Have you ever been on other class ships like Millennium class or Century class?
Yes, I have. I've been on the Summit, the Constellation, before as well, Century, Galaxy.
Perfect. So the Sunset Diner is one mess. It's 3 different lines. Everybody sits together. How do you like that?
Actually, it's a lot different more, You have a more variety of food, and it's like, the crew members here feel much more, enjoyable.
Okay.
They enjoy it because it's like you can find different varieties of what you can get to eat.
Perfect. Perfect. So, and the food is good, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. What about you, Camille? Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Well, I'm a pantry attendant in the housekeeping department.
Okay.
And, it's lovely working here on the Solstice class ship.
Okay.
I've been for the 3rd opening.
Okay.
I was Solstice, Equinox, Eclipse, and then I came back here for my 4th contract on the Solstice class.
Perfect.
So it's lovely.
It's lovely. Have you been on other class ships like the Millennium, Century?
No, I haven't been on the Millennium, neither the Century, but I've worked on the Infinity and the Constellation, but it's also lovely there.
Okay. So how do you like the one mess, like everybody eating in the same mess at the same time?
Well, it's much better than the Millennium class with all 3 different messes, the staff, the crew, and, it's much better for everybody to be eating together, socializing, and it's much more comfortable.
And friendlier, right?
Yeah, much more friendly also.
Well, perfect. I'll let you eat. I'll let you finish your lunch. I'll let Ella finish my lunch. I was going to have lunch, but because I do the interviews, Ella gets to eat, I don't. So enjoy the rest of the food, and hopefully I'll see you around.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to do interviews, but the food is so delicious that I just can't help it. You should try it as well. We have two crew members here with us. Mr. Alican, is that what you say is in your name tag? Can you say something about yourself?
Well,
introduce yourself.
My name is Alican. I've been working for 8 years in the Celebrity Cruise Lines, and I've done most of the ships. My favorite ship is the Solstice class ships.
Why would that be?
Well, you know, something different atmosphere. I love the Celebrity Cruises, and I'm very happy to work with the Celebrity Cruises. But since I've been start working in the Solstice class ships, I see a lot of differences with the food in the crew mess, crew bar, and then we got nice bigger internet rooms.
So what would you say overall about the food and the food experience when it comes to the mess?
The food experience is quite good, and I'm very glad that the Celebrity Cruise Lines developed this for us, you know, for the crew members. We got a lot of selections, and we have a pasta selection, pizza selection, a part of the soup selection, ice cream selection, chicken selection, and for the vegetarian people, vegetable selection. So
tell me something. Have you worked for on another cruise ship that is not Solstice class vessel? Maybe?
I have done almost all of them, yeah.
All of them,
almost,
right.
Almost.
So the main difference between these two classes of vessel is actually that on Millennium and Century class of vessel we do have different messes, right? Here we have one mess for everyone. We're all eating together.
Exactly.
What is your opinion about that?
Well, I'm so happy because I see sometimes staff captain, F&B manager, hotel director coming and eating here in their crew mess, which I never seen it on the other class ships, because on other class ships there was a staff mess, officer mess, and I was shy to go into officer mess before, and here I see staff captain eating just beside me. I'm like, hey captain, how you doing? You know, it's good feeling.
Great. We have another crew member here as well. What would you?
Ramsey.
Ramsey from
Turkey.
And what do you do on board?
I'm a waiter.
All right, so you're a waiter. Tell us something more. What do you think about the food here in the mess?
Food is excellent, and usually I come to this section which is vegetarian. Mostly I eat salad and pasta. I like it.
So what is your favorite food?
I usually eat pasta.
Pastas. Right. So, okay. So what is your opinion about having one mess for everyone?
It's, I think the best idea. Everybody eating the same place and no divided people between the departments, and everybody see each other, and maybe more connection. People know everybody, each other, so this is captain, as he said, eating the same place where we are eating. It's a nice feeling maybe for everyone to feel more comfortable maybe again.
Right. Well, lovely. I think I have kept you enough, you know, from your delicious food, and I just have to go back eat.
So here we are in the great Sunset Diner on the Solstice class vessels, and we're lucky enough to have Chef Gary with us. Chef Gary is the sous chef for the crew mess, right? For all the crew.
Yes, I'm in charge of feeding all the crew.
Feeding all the crew. Now tell us a little bit about the people, the dishes you prepare, how many people we have on board, and how you produce all this food.
Well, it's fun doing this. It's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun because we have a lot of different nationalities on board. So we have to try as best as possible to cater to all of them in some way or form. So we have a very diverse menu, which on a given day we serve little parts from different sections of the world, and we keep them really happy.
Cool, very cool. Now tell me, we have one mess concept here. Everybody eats in the same mess. How is that as a sous chef? How does that feel?
It's a fabulous concept. That way we get the feedback not only from the line crew, but we get it from the officers, from the master down. Everybody dines there at some time or another along their crew. So it's a good experience. So you get a real good feedback from a wide cross-section of your crew, how your food is and how the water quality is like.
Cool, very perfect. Well, it seems like you're doing a fine job. The food is fantastic. So, Chef, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to let you go. I know you're a very busy man, and hopefully I'll see you around.
Yes, I got to go feed the captain.
Yeah, so you do that. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
See you later. Have a good one, Chef.
Yes.
Hello, Ella.
Hi, Barry.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much.
Good, good.
Would you like something to drink?
Absolutely.
What would you like?
What would I like? I would like a latte, please.
and an Americano for me.
Okay, by the way.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
So where
it.
are we right now?
We are in Mingles, which is located on deck 2 forward on, again, a Solstice class vessel. Mingle is also referred to as a non-smoking bar because you can't smoke here. There's just a few more venues when you can actually do so. Now, when it comes to this venue, crew members are coming here, to socialize. They can have drinks. Also, we have very exciting activities during the night, like karaoke night or acoustic night, when if you have some special talent, you can always come here and show it up.
Cool. Also, what you can do here is we have the crew shop right back there where our crew members can buy toiletries or basic supplies. They can rent their DVDs. Also, very importantly, I just did this, you can get your A-Pass here so that you can charge, you can get on and off the ship and all that kind of stuff. Additionally, it's also a really great spot when you have games like NBA games, Super Bowl and stuff. There's a TV here and it gets really, really crowded. Yeah, I love this area. It's a really great spot to come out in the evenings and just decompress and get together with your friends.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing coming here and just relaxing. And speaking about your crew pass, can I see it? Just a few words about it because the entire ship is operating in a cashless environment. So basically, if you want to buy anything, it would be charged to your crew pass. And speaking of that, can you charge a coffee to my friends? Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome. Anyway, let's finish this and let's go to a different area.
Yeah, let's go.
Off we go.
Well, here we are on deck 2 forward. This is a venue that is unique to the Solstice class vessel. But Barry, why don't you tell us something more about this?
Sure. Right now we're in Connections. This lounge is designed for our crew to come and disconnect, decompress, and maybe reach out to their families in our internet cafe or have a little bit of relaxation on the massage chairs. Get together with friends in the lounge just to talk. Even though it's called Connections, it's actually a really cool place for you to disconnect from work and, de-stress a little bit, get yourself back together and just face another day or just hang out with friends, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the name Connection, why actually? Because you have all these cool features here that enables you to connect with your family, for example. We have the internet cafe here, more than 10 computers that you can use. We have the phone vending machines where you can buy phone cards. We have a machine that even sells SIM card that you can use in your cellular as well to connect with your family. But beside that, we do have massage chairs, we have soda vending machine, we have a TV even if you want to watch television, we have cool board games here, so this is a very, very cool venue for you to enjoy.
Exactly, and it gets really, really busy here at nights because everybody kind of gets together here to just talk about their day or talk about their plans or about their plans tomorrow. So anyway, hopefully we'll see you around here. Now let's go have a look at another area.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, Ella, how we ended up in this room, I don't know, but since it's one of the coolest spots on the ship, let's talk about it.
Yeah, we might have been teleported here, considering that everything here looks like we're in a space shuttle.
That's right.
But we're not in a space shuttle. We're actually in the engine control room, which is located on deck 2 all the way on the back of the ship.
Correct. This is where our engineering team actually looks after all our engines, the electrical systems, everything that goes on mechanical and engineering-wise on the ships is controlled from this room.
Yeah, but there's some other person who can actually explain us what's going on here. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think we should go get him.
No, actually, we're not going to go and get him. I mean, actually call him. I will just press this button.
Yeah.
Commence system shutdown.
Engine control room, the heart of the operation. Now, something more about engine control room can for sure say the staff chief engineer who is in charge of the room itself. We have Mr. Theo here from Greece. So I was wondering, would you be able just to say a few more words about where we are?
Yes, you are in engine control room. First of all, thank you for coming here. It's here the area where we are controlling all technical operations of the vessel. It's actually where the heart of the ship beats.
That's true. As we can see, there's a lot of screens here and cameras. What are you actually observing? What are you watching for?
Actually, each screen, they have a specific operation. You can choose which equipment and which part of technical operations you are going to be monitoring.
Right. So how many people are actually working in the engine department that you're responsible for?
In the engine department, it's around 70 people.
70 people, right. So if there, for example, someone who is coming to the Solstice class vessel to work for the first time, never been on this class of vessel, what would you advise?
Actually, they're going to get amazed of how easier they're going to be able to perform their duties.
Well, fantastic. I'm really curious about all these buttons around there. Can you please just show me and explain to me what's that all about? Great.
So now we are in one of the 4 food prep areas on the Solstice class vessels, which on these ships is located in the aft part of the I-95. So, Chef Alex, can you tell us a little bit about these food prep areas?
Yes, like you see here, this is the meat preparation. And everybody starts to prepare in the morning to make the marination, and then we serve it for dinner. And some of the meats we prepared the day before. And on the other side we have the poultry. In front of this area we have the vegetable preparation, and also we have the fish room where we prepare all the fishes, but we have also to marinate almost all the meat with the seasoning in the morning to make sure everything is tested for dinner, and we service and dinner time we cooking a la minute. Like also all the chickens we have to make in the morning to make the marination and service for ocean view, crew galley, specialities, and main dining room for dinner.
I see. Now, Chef, can you please tell us how many people more or less work in all the food prep areas?
We have around 22 persons in charge for all the preparation. What is poultry, they have 2, and 4 in the butcher. We have 7 in the vegetable room, and they have 4 more in the fish preparation.
Great. So a team of 22 working in all these areas. Remember, you're in deck 2, all the way aft, right of the I-95. Thank you very much, Chef. So, now we are in one of the crew corridors, and even though they look very similar, there's actually a number of very unique features to the crew corridors on the Solstice class vessels, right?
That is correct. One of the features is that every corridor has a name, like a street. So we are on a crossroad of Wacker Drive and State Road.
Yes, and we do that not just to make it look cool and hip, but also because these ships are so big and there's so many corridors, that's easy for our crew members to find their ways if they know which street they live on.
That is correct. All the crew cabins are located on deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and we even have crew cabins on deck 6 forward as well. And of course, based on your entitlement, you're either going to share, or you're going to have a single shared cabin, an inside single cabin, an outside cabin. It's based on your entitlement.
Yes, the Solstice class ships actually have a cabin that's different to the other ships. It's called the single shared, like Ella mentioned, and it's 2 smaller single cabins that share 1 bathroom. Our crew members, when they get to it, they feel a little bit small, but once they get used to it, you get privacy, and you get used to that time by yourself that a lot of us need after work, right?
That is correct.
And there's something else about the crew areas.
Is it?
The floors.
Oh my, what's with the floors?
Yes, when you walk in the Solstice class vessels, you'll see that we use orange tiles in the crew corridors or yellow tiles. The difference is the orange tiles will take you from one side to the other, from port to starboard or starboard to port. The yellow ones or the beige ones will take you forward and aft. That's the difference. When a ship is so big and you're walking around with brand new crew members, these yellow and orange tiles will help you find your way around the ship.
So you just have to follow the brick road like in the Wizard of Oz.
That's right, that's right. Anyways, let's go and check out these cabins.
Yeah, let's go.
So, Ella, where are we now?
Now we are located on deck 3 aft.
Yeah.
Mid-aft?
Mid-aft.
Something like that,
Yeah.
in a beautiful atrium of another Solstice class vessel. As you can see behind us, it's the guest relations desk. We have a wonderful, friendly guest relations staff that are taking care of the needs of more than 2,800 guests on board on a daily and cruisely basis, of course.
Yes, actually, the Solstice class vessels have a full capacity of almost 3,000 guests when every bed is occupied.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Actually, but let's talk a little bit more about the features of this area, because this atrium is really unique. As you can see, it's beautiful, but also we have here this that's unique to Solstice class, which is the opposing glass elevators, and an atrium that goes 12 decks up, so the natural light comes in. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Now, what happens here, and what happens in this area?
This is kind of a hotspot when it comes to entertainment. We have a lot of entertainment going on here, even dance classes. We have the live band here, the strings, the a cappella performing. So this really becomes kind of a hotspot during night.
Yeah, so the area becomes really busy. But what we've done here, which is also very unique on the Solstice class vessels, is we've actually placed the passport bar right here. It's located right between guest relations, shore excursions, and as we said, a lot of entertainment going on. So this is a very popular venue. It gets really busy, really popular.
Yes, and as you can see behind us is the shore excursion desk. Considering that we are calling in an exotic ports of calls, shore excursions are the right person to go and see, to explore all these wonderful ports.
That's right. So as we said, the main atrium located on deck 3, midship to aft, guest relations, passport bar, shore excursions, and entertainment. It is the center of the ship most of the time. So come check it out, have a look at it, you'll be amazed. Let's go get a tour. What a tour are we going to get?
White River rafting?
White River.
Great.
So here we are with Marcela, guest relations manager on board one of our beautiful Solstice class vessels. Marcela, thank you very much for talking to us.
Anytime.
Thank you. So Marcela, guest relations manager, pretty big job on these big ships. Can you tell us a little bit about guest relations on the Solstice class vessel?
Yes, of course. Well, main differences with the guest relations team, for example, within the other class ships, like for example the junior guest relations, they don't have to handle room service here. And then as a team overall within the guest relations staff, we have so many different features here, so many different, like for example, it's a much bigger ship.
Okay.
So here we have, for example, the aqua class.
Okay.
So with the aqua class, you have so many other like amenities. They have so many other services. They have, for example, the blue dining. They have so many different amenities and things that we can offer to the guests that they have to handle. And then we have other lounges, other venues. The ship is so big and they have to deal with so many other things, so we have a much bigger team here as well also.
Good. So would you say that there's so many features and so much technology and more rooms that the role actually changes a little bit?
Exactly, yes.
Perfect. Now, there's one of the features that I really like about this, and I think you brought a little sample of it.
Yes.
That's the Solstice class art tour, right?
Exactly, yes. This is a new concept that we have on the Celebrity Solstice class.
Yeah.
And on the Equinox, we're having the art tour. It basically shows, the guest is a self-guided tour that takes the guests around the ship and shows them the worth $6 million art collection that we have. So basically the guests go around and deck by deck and they keep choosing whatever art they see on the decks, and it shows them all the history and the background of each art piece that we have around the ship. It's a great tool, and we have it in all the languages: Spanish, French, English, German.
I love it.
Available for all our guests. It's a great tool.
It is very cool. The guests actually really love it. Now, one last question. You've been on a Solstice class vessel now for a while. What would you say to somebody who's coming to a Solstice class vessel for the first time?
Well, actually, what I would say to the crew that comes for the first time to Solstice, that they're coming from other ships, is that maybe you might feel it a little bit overwhelming, that it's a big ship, but actually it's a beautiful ship. You will see that it's an amazing ship. It's big, but give it a couple of weeks and you will love it. It's an amazing ship. It's an amazing crew. We all love to work here, and within less than 2 weeks you will fall in love with it, because it's amazing to work here. Honestly, it's a great team, and we love every day and every minute of it.
Perfect. Well, Marcela, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm going to let you get back to your busy schedule.
Thank you.
And let me take this. So I'm going to do my art tour now. Okay. You know, the Solstice class vessels, Ella, are full of stunning and beautiful areas. But this one, to me, is one of the most beautiful features of these ships, right? Where are we? Let's go.
We are in the main restaurant, which is located on deck 3 and deck 4, all the way at the aft of the ship.
Yes, and the restaurant is unique in many aspects. Who designed it?
It was designed by Tihani, and as you can see, there are so many details. It's absolutely fantastic when it comes to design. And speaking about unique features,
the wine
tower.
Definitely something that you expect to find in a hotel in Vegas or in a 5-star resort somewhere in an exotic location. Not on a ship. We have it. It's gorgeous. We love it. The menu in here, fantastic. How many people can we sit in here?
Well, the capacity of the main restaurant is over 1,400 guests in one seating. How amazing is that?
That is pretty amazing. Now, we have 2,850 guests on board on average. But even though it's big and it says 1,400 people, the area is so well compartmentalized that when you're in here, it doesn't feel as busy, right?
That's correct. And beside the 2 main seatings that we have, we also have something different.
Yes, it's called select dining.
Exactly.
Select dining on the Solstice class vessels is on deck 4 starboard side. So those guests that don't want to sit on a 6 or 8 schedule, that's where they go, to select dining. So,
haven't you mentioned how the menu is absolutely fantastic?
Yeah, the menu is outstanding. Maybe
what are we going to do about it?
Let's go try it.
Yeah,
I think I can fit a little more. Okay. Let's go.
The main dining room. Another amazing venue on a Solstice class vessel. The person who is in charge of it is the restaurant manager, Fabio Scaglioni from Italy. Now, I know that you have started up a Solstice class vessel, so can you tell us something about the experience?
Hello everyone, first of all. Yes, it has been an amazing experience to open the Solstice, which was my first ship, but also to open the Eclipse, which is a sister ship of the Solstice, and it's hard work, a lot of effort put into it, but I have to say that it was rewarded with a lot of satisfaction, professional satisfaction, and seeing particularly this restaurant coming up to a level of excellence that we deliver to our guests in regards to dining experience. It really makes it all, and all that work it goes away, you know, and you just enjoy to see that everything actually comes up alive.
So, talking about the main restaurant, can you tell us how many team members you have here?
In the main restaurant, we have a total of 160 crew members. We have about 84 waiters and 79 assistant waiters. Plus, we have 5 assistant maître d'. We have 17 sommeliers, and that's about it. And that's the manager.
And how many guests can we seat in a seating?
In a sitting, we have actually the capacity of the restaurant is 1,330 seats.
In a seating?
In a sitting.
Wow, yes. That's amazing. So if there's a crew member transferring from another vessel or coming first time to the Solstice class vessel and joining the main restaurant, what would your advice be?
Being open-minded and be ready for some great new challenges and be ready for some great teamwork, which I believe is one of the key for the success of this restaurant, and not only for this restaurant, but in general all the main restaurants and the other restaurants on board the Solstice.
Well, thank you very much. So if you're coming to the Solstice class vessel for the first time, just stay open-minded and keep up the team spirit. A bit more about the wine tower, its amazing features and its concept, we're going to hear from the cellar master, Mr. Karahalim from Turkey.
The wine tower on Solstice class ships has been designed by Adam Tihani, and he's a famous designer for Bellagio restaurant in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have 480 different labels in the wine tower, and we store the wine in horizontal position to just keep the wine contact with the corks. And
what about the temperature inside?
The temperature, we have air ducts in the tower just to circulate the air or to give a cold air, in order to give a better service to the guests and in order to keep the right temperature of the red wines.
So what is the right temperature for the red wine?
Here we have 21 degree, and we just keep the wine in a few degree difference. So basically it's 18 degree Fahrenheit.
What about the white wines?
The white wines, we have 12 different fridges, so including the champagne.
And what is the right temperature for the white wines?
We have 4 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's much chillier.
Much chillier, much cooler.
So how are the sommeliers accessing the wines from the tower?
And for we have 2 decks. They are both identical. So basically for bottom we don't need any other access, or for the ups we need the ladder to take the wine, especially to reach the wine on the top. And we have small ladder that we are using to reach the wine on the top.
So is there any logic? The higher the wine is it more expensive, or?
No, it is not really necessary. It's just working wise, whatever is close by to the sommelier. So we just keep on the bottom lines, so we can just grab and serve to the guests.
Great. Yeah. So how many team members you have on the Solstice class?
Here I have 16 sommeliers. And basically we have 16 working section. So
how many of them working in the main dining room?
16.
All of 16?
Yes. Here on Solstice class we have about 23 sommeliers.
Oh, 23 yes. Altogether?
Yeah, we have specialty restaurant, we have cellar masters, we have upstairs the Ocean View Cafe as well.
How long you have been a sommelier or a cellar master?
Well, I started in 2001 with Select as a sommelier. Since 2003 I'm in this position.
Have you ever seen somewhere a wine tower or a display of a wine like this?
No, first time in my life.
So this is really a unique feature.
It's really unique and I'm proud to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The stars of the main dining room, waiters delivering service excellent each and every day to our guests. Now, what we really like to know is basically about their experience on a Solstice class vessel and maybe some differences between this and other types of vessel that we have in fleet. We have here Malini. She's coming from Mauritius. She's our waitress, and she only worked on a Solstice class vessel. So can you tell us, please, what do you enjoy about working on a Solstice class vessel?
Hello, everybody. Actually, I enjoy it here. As I came like an assistant, and I got a promotion very quickly with the help with assistant maitre with the maitre as well, and together with my colleague also, they cooperate, and also they're very friendly. A lot of enjoyment here to work with all the colleagues.
Well, thank you very much. Azem is another waiter coming from Turkey. What would you say? What is the difference between Solstice class vessel and the rest of the classes in the fleet?
To be honest, when I came here to another ship, and it came to me very easy to work here, because when I went to the galley, I checked the escalator, there is no escalator, and each deck we have our own galley, and it's make us easy to work here. You know, you don't need to go 1 deck, 2 deck down to carry the foods, and we can spend more time to the guests on the table. And it's a lot of things so easy here.
Well, thank you very much. We also have here Arturo de Leon, another waiter from the Philippines. Would you like to add something about the differences between the classes of the vessel?
Hi, everybody. My name is Arturo. There's a lot of differences between the Century class, the Millennium class, and the Solstice class. This is my 3rd ship in Solstice class to work, and I can say that there's a lot of differences. Let's start with the benefits of the guests when it comes for the choices of the restaurant. Here in Silhouette Dining Room, we have a 1,428 guest capacity, and you have more option for the specialties restaurant. We have Blue, Murano, Tuscan Grill, and Silk Harvest. So unlike on the other Century class and Millennium class, they have only a few restaurants there. So here in Solstice class, you will enjoy a lot of things in here. Not only for the guests, even for the crew, we have a lot of things to do also in here when it comes for our let's say bars, or if you want. There's a lot of choices. So you will enjoy very much.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for taking time to speak with us. I know how busy your schedule is, very busy. Just continue doing the great work and just deliver the service excellence that you do each and every day.
It's our pleasure.
Thank
All right, so here we are in the main galley of a Solstice class vessels. Now, one of the unique features of these ships is that you have a galley on deck 3, a main galley on deck 3, and a main galley on deck 4. Same galley, one produces food for deck 4, one for deck 3. Now, the galley on board the Solstice class vessels obviously is much bigger. The ships are much bigger. The team is over 160 cooks that work in this operation, and the food experience on these ships is second to none. It's outstanding. Our guests keep telling us how it gets better and better every time they come back to us. If you're coming to the galley, you're going to love it here. So here we are in the galley on one of our beautiful Solstice class ships, and we're really lucky because we have Executive Chef Uli and Sous Chef Alex who've agreed to give us a tour of this great area. Now, Uli, thank you very much for doing this for us.
Pleasure being here.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you for coming with us.
Thank you. Now, Chef Uli, since we're here, why don't we just start with this section? What is this section right
As you can see behind me, basically this is in deck 4, our pantry area, where we prepare all our salads, our dressings, our appetizers, which are basically served in the main dining only for lunch and dinner.
Perfect. And you have the cold preparation, and you also have coolers over there, right?
We have coolers just beside the pantry, whereby we actually cool them. We make sure they are chilled enough for the waiters to pick them up on a later stage and make sure they are basically as cold as possible.
Perfect. Well, do we want to go and move a little bit further that way? Okay, so as we continue our tour, we have a different section of the galley here. I think this seems to be like the main galley. Chef Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about this section?
Yeah, like we see here is a special order. Then we have the main line where all the waiters coming to pick up the food, and they have fast time to make a fast because the line is hot, and they have to go then straight to the dining room. And then we can pass by the pastry and also the bakery and go inside the dining room also with the service here for the main dining room, only dinner and lunch time.
Wow, thank you very much. How many guests have dinner here every day?
In first sitting we service around 1,100, the second sitting 900 or 1,000, depending on the quantity of the guests. When we have 3,000 guests, everything we prepare a la minute, and also we prepare some plates in advance, and they go inside the dining room. The waiter come to give the order, how they want everything, and we prepare for them to make sure everything is perfect how the guests want.
Perfect. Well, let's continue our tour. Well, Chef Uli, now we are definitely in one of my favorite sections of the galley, the pastry, right?
The pastry in the bakery area.
That's right. Can you tell us a little bit about this area?
Well, basically here we prepare all our ice creams, so our Danish and croissants for the breakfast, our lunch and dinner items in terms of any food items in relation to desserts, will be actually prepared here on a daily basis. 24 hours operation. I always say, once we stop cooking and baking, we all die.
I hear that this is also the calorie-free area?
That's it. Yes,
that's
exactly. So everything you name it is basically available in here. That's for sure.
All right. Well, let's eat some of the pastries, and we continue with our sweet area. Chef Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about this section right here?
Okay, like we see now here, at this time we start to prepare for dinner time, because when the waiter come in, they have to be ready the desserts, and they come straight to pick up and go inside the dining room to make the satisfaction of the guests. Like I said, our target all the time, to make satisfaction. And the more fast we make it, more fast the guests enjoy, and then becoming happy, and then we have a lot of experienced people who are making the good job during the dinner time. They make faster, like all the time is our target. And then the guests come in, we go inside, we talk to them, and they start to say, what about the food, about the desserts? They are happy with the sweets all the time, with everybody happy with the pastries. And then we have also professional people who is take care of the make nice decoration, like we see here. They take properly with the heart to make sure everything is perfect and standard.
Perfect. So, too bad there's not any for me to eat.
No.
Maybe later, right?
Later on, yeah.
All right.
Because Now we want to make the test, and we want to have some for everybody there.
Okay, so well, let's continue and have another look at one of the key areas of the galley.
Yes.
So now we're in one of the 4 dishwash areas of the Solstice class main galley. Now, we have some of the best chefs in the world here at Celebrity Cruises, but without this department, without this team, they would be completely lost, right?
Yes. Completely lost indeed.
Yes.
I mean, I always say, who's going to clean the pots by the time the chef is burning the food? Nobody.
That's right.
So we are literally and utterly depending on the utility cleaners. Basically, bottom line is without them, we are actually nobody on board, So we basically appreciate on a daily basis what they actually do for us, as well as indirectly for the guest.
Of course. Now, Chef, can you talk to us a little bit about the area? How many people work here? How much goes through here?
Basically, we have the dishwashing area here located just behind us, whereby 6 to 8 utility cleaners are actually in charge of making sure that all the dirty plates, cutleries, glasses, and so on and so forth will be washed accordingly. Okay. And they're basically ending up over there, cleaned and organized. And as you can imagine, when we're basically serving between 1,100 guests for the first seating as well as 900 guests for the second seating, you can imagine how many plates are coming in here to be washed on a daily basis.
A lot of places. All right, well, thank you very much, Chef, and I know we have one of our utility cleaners back there. Let's move out so we can continue work. Okay, now, even though the Solstice class galley is unique all by itself, there's one area right behind us that's actually exclusive to Solstice class vessels inside the galley. Chef, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
I mean, I love room service. You know why? Imagine you stay on a vessel, you have your beautiful cruise ahead of you, and you get served with breakfast in the morning in your stateroom. That's fantastic, isn't it?
That's right.
Not many people actually know that, you know what I mean? So we have beautiful room service area just behind us located, whereby we, serving quite a few breakfast in the morning, especially in any port of calls. And it starts at 5 in the morning and finish at about 7:30 afterwards, you know what I mean? So you can imagine that we're going to be very busy, especially in any port of calls,
Exactly. Well, so let me get this straight. The room service operators are in the galley, the food is prepared in the main galley, and it goes from here to the room.
Exactly.
Perfect.
We have also a separate galley for the other room service orders, but this area especially is applicable for any room service orders for the breakfast meal period.
Perfect. Okay, well, let me go back to my room then, and I'm going to go order some room service.
I'm going to wait for your call.
All right, thank you very much, Chef. So here we are in one of the beautiful galleys of the Solstice class vessels with a very special host, Executive Chef Uli. Chef, thank you so much for doing this.
It's a pleasure being here.
Executive Chef, what a job, huh?
What a privilege.
Yes. Well, Chef, why don't you tell us a little bit about this galley?
Basically, here we are located in deck 4, where we have just behind us the main galley. Okay. On the right-hand side, from your point of view, we have the bakery and the pastry, whereby we basically produce between 10 to 12,000 meals on a daily basis.
Wow, 10 to 12,000 meals. Now, Chef, why don't you tell us a little bit about the galley operation on a Solstice class vessels? How many galleys are there?
We have in total 70 galleys available to our disposal, whereby all the specialty restaurants have their different galleys, and then we have obviously the main galley located in deck 3 and deck 4.
Wow. Now, the galley team is pretty big, right? How many cooks are there on board?
We have currently 166 cooks available on board, which basically makes the team, and it's a pleasure working for and with them on a daily basis.
Perfect. Now, Chef, as an executive chef, you deal with people from all over the world every day on these ships. Do you have any suggestions for anybody who's never been on a Solstice class ship before, who's coming to the galley? Anything that you would say to them?
First of all, you have to be very strong emotionally. You have to be kind of an outspoken character in the sense that, very strong physically as well as mentally. And the most important thing I would say, you have to be a passionate guy. You have to love for what you do. And then once you have all those combined together and you have it available to your disposal, it's an easy thing to do on a daily basis.
Well, thank you very much. Now, here you have it from the man himself. This is one of the most exciting galley operations in our company. I hope you enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed your tour. Thank you very much, Chef. Here we are in one of of the 1,426 staterooms of this beautiful ship. So Ella, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the staterooms, the housekeeping operation, and all that fun stuff?
Well, out of the 1,400 staterooms that we have here on board, more than 200 are concierge class, 66 are suites. We have 126 aqua class stateroom as well, designed specially for our aqua class guests. When it comes to housekeeping operation, it's a tremendous operation. It's a huge, massive operation. We have 62 sections divided between 62 stateroom and 62 assistant stateroom attendants as well. And just to let you know what an amazing job housekeeping they're doing, a fact that they are able on embarkation day to offload and to load back more than 6,000 to 7,000 pieces of luggage within a matter of hours.
Yes, that's amazing. It's an incredible team. The ship is massive. There's so many more public areas, so many more staterooms that the job is just so complex. And something else about this ship, about 85% of the staterooms are veranda. They actually have an ocean view of some sort. And the aqua class staterooms have direct access to the spa.
Exactly.
So why don't we just go and check one of those out, since I'm feeling like the spa right now. Let's go.
Well, it is a true pleasure to be able to talk with two representatives of the housekeeping department, considering that they are always so busy. We have Mr. Seymour from St. Vincent and Mr. Andrew, who is coming all the way from India. I know for a fact that you have been working with Celebrity for over 10 years, and you have a vast experience when it comes to housekeeping. Of course, you have been on all the classes of vessels so far. So, Mr. Seymour, what would you say? What are the major differences between other classes and the Solstice class vessel?
Well, I would say again, it's been an experience working on the Solstice class. I enjoy every bit of it. I've been on the Solstice class for the past 5 years, and I enjoy it very much because I learned a lot of things on the Solstice class. And the Millennium class is okay. I enjoy because I work for the Millennium class for 3 years, and I enjoy every bit of it also. So on my side, I'll say it's been an experience being on the sea and working for Celebrity Cruise.
Thank you very much. So basically, it doesn't matter which size of vessel you work in it, right? As long as you keep the spirit, as long as you have your flair, that's all that matters. Mr. Andrew, I would very much like to ask you if there is a crew member who is coming on a Solstice class vessel for the first time, what would you say to them? What would your advice be?
When I welcome them, it's like my first impression going to be like a wow, and see you're coming in a Celebrity Solstice class ship. You're going to have an unforgettable experience that you're going to experience over here, and lots of new creative things which is happening. You're going to see around, and you're going to enjoy the rest of your contract on Celebrity
Solstice class vessel. Well, lovely. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for popping in for this few moments and talking to our crew members who are going to come here to Solstice class vessel. I won't be keeping you anymore from your busy schedule, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Right, so.
Oh my God, I just absolutely love walking around this ship. I mean, there are so many amazing venues around us. Just behind us, it's the theater.
The theater,
that has like 1,200 seats.
1,200 seats, yes. And some really, really great state-of-the-art equipment with rigging that allows us to do some amazing shows. But we can't forget about Celebrity Central right there. It's our comedy club that we also use as a movie theater.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And from our right-hand side here, we have the amazing state-of-the-art nightclub, discotheque, Quasar, that is done in a retro style, something like 60s. It's absolutely amazing. It's retro, but when it comes to technology, it's 22nd century.
So this whole area here is called Entertainment Court, right?
Yes, because all the entertainment is actually located around here.
Yes, and we do have the a cappella and the strings play there and the jazz band sometimes, so there's a lot of entertainment happening. Absolutely. And now this area here that we're walking through is called
the shopping promenade. Look at this. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, we do have shops that are located on 2 floors, right? On floor number 5.
Deck 5, and Deck 4.
And Deck 4 as well. What do we have on 5?
On Deck 5 we have all the premium shopping, watches, jewelry, perfumes, and all this. And on Deck 4 we have
Well, all the logo items, the souvenirs, liquors as well, the free shop.
Over-the-counter medication, toiletries, all that kind of stuff is also located right here. But we can't forget about something very important. Right over here, the casino.
The casino, that looks absolutely like Vegas. If you come to play here, you will have a feeling, like you're there.
Yes, exactly, like you're in Vegas. And the casino bar is in here as well. The casino bar is also used very often as a sports bar. So you'll whenever a guest asks you where the game is or whatever, most likely will be in the casino bar. So now that we've done all this talking and all this entertainment.
I know, all this talking and all this walking making me very thirsty.
So let's go have a drink.
Oh, let's go have a drink. We are in a magical place where dream comes to life. Where would that be, Barry?
We are in the main theater for the Solstice class vessel,
which is located on deck 4 and deck 5.
That's correct. Now, this theater is unique in many aspects. We've built a state-of-the-art theater in here with incredible rigging where we can do all these additional shows exclusive to this class. And this theater has incredible audio-visual equipment, and it sits over 1,200 guests.
As you said, it's a state-of-the-art, and it seats 12.
Over 1,200.
Over 1,200.
Yes, it's a very big theater. So, but you know what? The shows are so cool. Why don't we get somebody who can actually talk to us a little bit about the shows?
All right, let's go.
Okay, so here we are in the Solstice class theater, and we have with us Sarah, a specialty vocalist, who's going to talk to us a little bit more about this program on board the Solstice class vessel. Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. On the Solstice class ships, it's definitely a natural evolution of technology from Millennium class. We have lots of high-tech things, and probably the main thing that Solstice class is known for in the theater is new cirque-style shows, kind of a European circus-style show where we have acrobats, contortionists, jugglers, people flying and hanging from the ceiling, all sorts of different things the audience have never seen before on a cruise ship. We have the ability to have 4 people, usually 4 dancers, hanging from the ceiling at different points, and then we have what's called the Around the World, which is a harness that can go all the way around up to the balcony, so even people up in the balcony can have an up-close and personal encounter with an acrobat or something like that.
Very cool. So what you're saying is literally you have dancers hanging over the guests' heads.
Yes, they can look right up, and they're hanging right up there.
Very cool, very cool. Now, Sarah, you've been on other ships before as well, right? What would you say to somebody who's coming to a Solstice class vessel for the first time?
For the first time, well, it's definitely a bigger ship. That's probably the main thing. It can be a bit overwhelming the first day or so, but once you get used to it, things are very much in the same place. They might have a slightly different name. The Ocean View Cafe, for instance, it's in the same place as what we would call Deck 10 on some of the other ships to go eat dinner, but it's in the same place. The Michael's Club is the same. We have different bars, but they're all kind of in the same place, and once you can walk around and get used to it and know where you're going, you'll be just fine.
Perfect. Well, Sarah, thank you very much. I'm going to let you go because I know you have to go to rehearsals, but I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
All right. Okay, so we're still here in the beautiful Solstice class theater, and we were lucky enough to run into Erin, our production manager. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Hi, Erin, can you tell us a little bit more about the production side of the Solstice class vessels?
Absolutely. Each of the Solstice class vessels actually is state-of-the-art in the theater. All of the lights, the sound, everything that moves on stage in our rigging is all state-of-the-art, and it's a cut above any other ship at sea.
Very cool. Now, I was talking to somebody earlier on, and they told me that this ship resembles a Star Trek spaceship. Everything is computerized, high-tech, and everything throughout the ship?
It is. All of our rigging, anything that's going to move on stage is all computerized. Our lights and sound, all of that is synced up so that we can stay a cut above.
So it's very cool.
Very cool.
So, Erin, you've been on a Solstice class vessel now for a while. What would you say to somebody who is coming to a Solstice class vessel for the first time?
Don't be overwhelmed. The Solstice class vessels, it's hard it's easy to kind of feel like you're disconnected because it's such a large vessel with such a large crew, but I've actually found that this to be the friendliest, most welcoming crew that I've worked with.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go because I know there's a rehearsal going on over there.
Thank you.
And you need to do your job. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully I'll see you around. Alright, so now we are in one of the very unique features of the Solstice class vessels. This lounge is called the Quasar. It's located on deck 4 forward, And what it is actually a nightclub. Other ships, they have the party lounge. The Solstice class ships, we have an actual dedicated nightclub. This is a fully functioning bar. A guest can come here and have a cocktail, a martini, and at the same time listen to the DJ tunes. It's a great lounge, very cool, very futuristic, as you can see, changing walls, LED walls. We have a VIP lounge, and we have these very, very cool chairs right here. Now, you will notice this lounge when you walk by in the evening. You'll notice the sound and you'll notice the lighting in here. It's a very, very cool area. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you around here.
Sounds like Vegas, looks like Vegas, but it's better than Vegas. Welcome to Fortune's Casino, which is located where, Barry?
It's all the way on deck 4, midship to forward on the starboard side. It's much bigger than the rest of the casinos in the fleet. It also has something that we refer to as a sports bar. The casino bar is a sports bar where we have all the games and stuff where the guests can come and enjoy. What else can you tell us about the casino?
Well, for sure there are a lot of facts, but there is a person who knows much more about the casino than we do.
That's right.
Should we go and get him?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Suitcase, let's take a holiday. Hop into a limo.
We are in the Fortune's Casino talking with the person who is in charge of the entire venue, Mike, the casino manager. Now, what I really would like to know is what is the difference when it comes to casino on Solstice class vessels and on the other classes?
Well, the two main differences, Ala, is this casino is about 33% larger than Millennium class casinos, as well as myself. That's all the good restaurants on board, as you'll come to find out. And obviously the other thing is we're almost completely coinless on board, which means that we don't take any coins on the machines, just cash, US cash, and tickets. Everything's paid out in tickets or cash, no coins.
How many team members you have in the casino on Solstice class vessels?
We have 35, including the cashiers, the slot technicians, and the dealers, of course.
Now, if there is someone who is coming on a Solstice class vessel for the first time to work in a casino, what would your advice be?
Well, my advice is just to come in and enjoy it. Obviously, we expect a higher standard of service, but I mean, that's true throughout the fleet. But we want people to come on, enjoy themselves, do a good job, and interact with the guests. And basically, your first week on board, we encourage everybody to go and use as much amenities as possible, just so they can relate to the guests when they're dealing to them on the tables or walking around the machines on the floor.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mike. I really appreciate it.
This is definitely one of the coolest, most unique lounges on the ship, on the Solstice class ship. Absolutely.
What is it? It's the coolest one. It's the Martini Bar that is located on deck 4 aft, or as we would say, on the back of the ship.
Indeed. It's located right across from the Cellar Masters, and we also have another lounge connected to it called Crush, which is over there. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Martini Lounge. I think we have an expert over here, Eddie, our bartender. Let's call him over. All right, so here I am with Eddie, the bartender in the Martini Bar and Crush. Eddie, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your bar, the Martini Bar and Crush?
Okay, this is Martini Bar. We have 200 different vodka, Martini and Crush. And don't forget, we have ice counter cool bar. And then we doing flair. We make noise for the guests. When we make fun all for the guests as well. And we're doing everything here, make noise, everything.
So they love it, the guests love it. It's a really cool lounge, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So Eddie, tell me, you've been on the Solstice class ships now for a while, right? Mm-hmm. What do you like about the Solstice class ships?
This is my third contract on the Solstice class. I love the Solstice class. Solstice class is beautiful, really beautiful. Special for the bar. It's huge counter. We make interact so more easy to interact with the guests. So I love it.
So it's a better experience to interact with the guests and everything, yeah?
True.
Well, Eddie, thank you so much for explaining your bar to me. Here we are in the Cellar Masters, one of the very unique and very beautiful lounges on board the Solstice, exclusive to Solstice class vessels. It's a wine lounge on board, and we have two wine experts with us, Cara and Euro. We're going to talk a little bit more about the lounge. So why don't we start with our Cellar Master? This is your lounge, Cellar Masters. Cara, tell us a little bit about it.
As soon as I enter this lounge, I can see the wooden panels with the stones. It's really unique. And plus we do have the aromatic machines here, and we have the largest selection of port wines in the world here in these lounges. And you have great opportunity to try the destination wine tasting from the different location or the different countries.
Okay, perfect.
There is a quite nice ambiance to have a nice glass of wine.
Perfect, a nice and relaxing glass of wine, right? Euro, you're a sommelier on board the Solstice class. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience on board these ships and in this beautiful lounge?
Well, I must say that since when I've been on Solstice class ship for quite a while, this lounge that we're standing now, as Mr. Kara said, it's a little bit quiet, so a quieter room. So what it actually brings, when the guests are enjoying their port wine, enjoying a wine or a champagne, what we actually get a chance is to share our knowledge with them. So basically what we know, we give to them. And that's like the best thing in this lounge. They have a nice comfy seat in a lounge. They take a taste of wine from the machine or a glass of wine, and then we share the knowledge with them. We give them wine seminars. We give them what we know, they know.
Perfect. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience on the Solstice class vessels in general? How is it different on these ships? Kara?
The difference in here, we have more educational. For example, we are giving more knowledge to the guest. We have so much of choice of wine.
Yeah.
Then we can share with our guest, and it's a great experience here. What else?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Yuro, what about you?
Bigger team. Bigger as Mr. Kara said, the numbers of the wines, and we learn every day. We learn every day. We go. We try as much as possible to to share what we know. And I must say, comparing to the other ships, it's just amazing.
Okay.
It's just amazing.
Perfect. Well, all this talking about wine and education, I think I want a little presentation from you, gentlemen. Do you mind? All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
So now we're on deck 5 aft, our specialty restaurant area.
That is correct, Barry. Well, most of our specialty restaurants are located right here. Currently, we are standing in a Tuscan grill, which is actually an Italian steakhouse. Beside this specialty restaurant, we also have here Silk Harvest, which is a mixture. Actually, it's an Asian fusion cuisine. We also have here the Murano restaurant, which is the classiest of them all. It's absolutely a 5-star, 6, 7-star service.
That's right.
What are we saying? 7-star service. And although the name for the Murano is Italian, we're actually serving French cuisine there. What else we have, Barry?
Well, we have 2 more specialty restaurants. The Solstice class vessels have 5 specialty restaurants. We have the Blue, which is exclusive to our Aqua class guests. So all those guests staying in the Aqua class stateroom get to dine in the Blue, which is a fantastic experience, a restaurant all for themselves. And we have the Bistro, which is on deck 5 as well. It's a cafe-style dining where the guests can order crepes or sandwiches, soups. It's a fantastic, a little bit more relaxed environment, but great quality. Also, we have Silk Harvest on 2 on the ships, but on the other 3, we have it on Eclipse, on Silhouette, and on the Reflection. We have Cuisine, which is a culinary journey throughout the world, and it's described as uniquely unordinary. One of the examples that our guests would order their orders, their dining experience through an iPad, and they can even mix their drinks on the iPad and everything.
That's correct.
So it's fantastic.
It is. You just have to see to believe it.
Yeah, so now let's hope that we can try some of these places out. Let's go.
Yes, please.
All right, and now we're here with Emre, who's going to tell us one of the other very unique features of this restaurant, and also one of my favorites. Emre, why don't you tell us a little bit about the tableside preparations in the Tuscan Grill?
Of course. So usually we are prepare Caesar salad by the table. This is amazing history actually, and we are talk with the guests about the history, and we are explain. We are how can I say much more high about our knowledge. So Caesar salad is really important salad. We are prepared with the fresh lettuce, fresh Caesar dressing, anchovy, parmesan cheese, spicy garlic crouton by the table. So this salad is first time born 1924 in Mexico, Tijuana. Everybody knows that one is from Italy, but actually no. because Caesar Cardini, born in Italy, but that time he don't have any business in Italy, and he went to Mexico with the mother. No, so they don't have any money for the food that time, and his mothers make one salad for the Caesar Cardini, only lettuce and egg yolk. Then Caesar Cardinis put some more things, some anchovy, some olive oil, some garlic, crush it, anchovy with Dijon mustard, and now very famous salad in the world. So usually they are prepared dressing by the table as well in the Mexico and the United States. They are crushed anchovy, they are prepared dressing, and they are swiped the dressing with whole lettuce, and you cut yourself on the table. But unfortunately we don't have chance in Tuscan. We have nice presentation as well for the Caesar salad in Tuscan Grill.
Is there anything else that you prepare tableside here in the Tuscan Grill?
So we start this cruise actually for the pasta. We have nice fungi pasta, seafood pasta, so spaghetti. Okay. We prepare this is new, how can I say, presentation for us, but slow we make that one. Okay. Actually, my favorite dish, seafood pasta with the shrimp, with the mussels, so a little bit garlic, some marinara sauce, nice as well.
Sounds divine. It sounds divine. Yeah, I've had the chance actually to see them in action prepare the Caesar salad tableside, and it's not just the Caesar salad that you get to eat, it's also the experience. So I guess absolutely love it. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully next time when I come here for dinner, I'm going to ask you so that you can make it for the Caesar salad.
I will make best than Caesar Cardini for sure.
See, you seem like a pro, so thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, as you might see, we are behind the scenes. We are still on deck 5, and we're actually in the galley of the Tuscan Grill restaurant. We have an honor to have our executive sous chef with us, Mr. Pier Paolo from Italy, and I would like to ask you just to explain to us a little bit about your galley here, and maybe a few words. What is the difference between galleys on other non-Solstice class ships and the galley on Solstice class vessel?
Well, the galley here is very similar to any galley you can find in any small restaurant ashore. So we have our own cooks, our own pastry, our own galley. We don't share it with nobody else, and we have here 6 cooks and 1 sous chef taking care of the galley, and we are an international crew. We have some people from Philippines, we have people from Argentina, we have from Jamaica, from India. My sous chef is Joe, he's from India, he's very strong, very demanding work. We serve a lot of people with a very short time, so every night we are full, not like ashore that you have to wait for your restaurant to be full, so it's a fantastic experience. Every night working hard.
So
with a lot of satisfaction.
What is the favorite thing for you in the galley? What is something that you like to do the most here?
Well, you can see is eating, one of them. The quality of the food.
What is your favorite dish?
Of course, I'm Italian. Fortunately, it's spaghetti al pomodoro. That's the best dish. But my motto is give the best experience, culinary experience to any of my guests who come on board. Can be a normal guest, can be one of the crew, doesn't matter. Whoever comes, we give the best service and the best food we can ever serve.
Fantastic. I do believe you have a colleague here as well, is that correct?
I have Mr. Joe, he's running the operation here. I just supervising him, come here to help him in any case, and doing the testing, of course. Every day we taste the food. But he will introduce you some of the dishes he served. Hi, Mr. Joe.
Yes, please do, Mr. Joe. We have here an amazing dishes, so if you would be just able to explain to us what's here on display.
Okay, we have here tenderloin, beef filet mignon, on the bed of horseradish mashed potato, and the Barolo sauce, not forgetting the mushrooms. Okay, we have 3 kinds of mushrooms here, and the crispy arugula salad with the cheese, and then we have here veal chop.
Veal chop.
With the polenta made with spinach and the cornmeal, yeah, with the masala sauce.
Okay.
And this is the JVS signature meatballs.
Right. So those are meatballs.
Those are the meatballs with the pappardelle pasta. They're very nice, very tasty, as you can see. They're made of 4 meats. It's a Kobe beef, veal, pork, and turkey.
Fantastic. Wow. What is this?
That is crostini. It's a 5 different crostini. It's 5 different kinds of like cheese. You have mozzarella cheese, tomato, sun-dried tomato, peppers, and the
olives, and tomatoes, chopped tomatoes with onion.
This is ideal for vegetarians, correct?
That's ideal for vegetarians.
Great. What is what we have?
Okay, this is the mixed grill with the Italian sausage in the middle. Then we have the lamb chop, we have the veal medallion, and the chicken breast.
Right.
With combination with the pappardelle pasta.
Fantastic.
And the delicious.
Oh my goodness, this looks absolutely amazing. Is this like a fish?
It's a fish. It's a delicious Mediterranean sea bass on the bed of garlic mashed potato served with grilled vegetables and pesto around. And for the last, but what we have here is ribeye, a classic ribeye. Ribeye with mac and cheese and garlic butter.
Fantastic. So out of all of these dishes, which one is the hardest to prepare?
The hardest to prepare. Yes. All of them are very easy to prepare and all of them are very nice to eat. So there's nothing hardest to do.
Lovely. Is there any favorite for you?
Yes.
Which one you like?
Definitely the fish.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Shall we have a fish then?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bon appetit. A wall that is actually a rose. This is how innovative celebrity ships are. Welcome to Blue, one of our specialty restaurant designed for our Aqua Class guests.
That's right. This restaurant is designed specifically for them. They have their own menu, their own restaurant, and it actually creates a really, really unique experience. I guess, who comes here? Aqua Class and who else?
Aqua Class, concierge, penthouse, but the concierge and penthouse can only eat here or come here based on availability.
All right. So, but you know what? I think there's somebody who can tell us a little bit more about this restaurant. He's been here quite a while. So let me go get him.
Yes, please. We are in a beautiful Blue restaurant. We have on Solstice class vessel 126 Aqua Class stateroom. Everyone who books a stateroom in Aqua Class, this is their designated dining room. A little bit about Blue and its concept we're going to hear from Darius, maitre d' speciality from Poland.
Thank you, Ella. Blue Restaurant. Concept of the Blue Restaurant is clean California and Mediterranean cuisine from the sun. We are serving here classic and contemporary dishes designed by our master chef Jacques Van Staden. And guests are receiving the very unique experience complimented by this beautiful restaurant. And of course, flavorful dishes and friendly service that we have here.
Well, talking about the friendly service, tell us something about your team.
Okay, my beautiful team is the 7 assistant waiters, 7 waiters, 2 sommeliers, 1 assistant maitre d', and we are working on open seating. So everything is about the teamwork, respect, and of course having fun, because when we enjoy what we're doing, the guests are enjoying our service.
That's correct. Happy
crew, happy guests.
That's how it
exactly.
works. And now I know that you have been working on different classes of vessel as well. So from your perspective, can you tell us a little bit about those differences?
Well, first of all, the ships itself are beautiful, are amazing, and to work here, we will feel proud to work here, first of all. And every single one of us has this energy and eagerness to please the guests, to be simply the best. And that's really different, and that's what I feel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're still in a beautiful Blue specialty restaurant, but this time we're behind the scene. We came to visit the galley. A little bit more about the galley itself. We're going to hear from Mr. Alex, who is actually the sous chef from Guatemala, and he's in charge of this galley as well.
Welcome to our galley. Like you see here, we are in one of the specialties galley, but it's blue. Behind us, we can see the cooks. We have here 7 cooks who is in charge for 1 pastry, 4 hot galley, and 2 in the pantry. What we service also here breakfast for the concierge class, aqua class, and penthouse. We have here great team who is behind us, and they service nice dish for dinner. And our specialty every day we service New York, one is an enjoyable dish for us. Also we have here great group of waiters who is always make the order for the pantry, pastry, and hot galley, and we service everything perfect how the guests like it.
And I know for a fact that the guests absolutely love the cuisine in the Aqua Spa. When it comes to cuisine itself, I understand that you have more healthy choices here as well. Or
Exactly. This is what we call aqua class. Everybody, when they say aqua class, they say, okay, healthy, but depends how we eating.
Exactly. So we do have healthy choices, but if someone wants a New York strip or filet mignon,
exactly.
that's what they're going
This
to
is
get.
what the people choose more because it's more enjoyable, and here we service with nice vegetables, everything, how the guests liking. We cooking a la minute to perfect cooking point.
Well, thank you very much, and just keep up the great job.
Thank you very much for coming with us.
So here we are.
Here where?
We are on Deck 5 aft, Silk Harvest, also known as the cream cheese wonton capital of the world.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes.
What is cream cheese wonton?
Cream cheese wonton is a delight. It's a little creation. It's like a wonton. They put cream cheese in it. They deep fry it, and it's to die for. I mean, I would just come to one of these ships just to eat that. Yeah.
All right, but beside that, you also have some healthy choices here. So you can enjoy miso soup, you can enjoy tuna and salmon sashimi, you can enjoy stir fries with scallops and salmon as well. So there's so much to it to try out here beside cream cheese wontons as well.
Of course.
And we have to mention the absolute delightful Solstice rolls.
Yes.
Have you tried them? Sushi is amazing.
As a matter of fact, the Silk Harvest is the concept is Asian fusion dining. So you have dishes from Japan, from China, from Thai, from Malaysia, and what they do is they fuse them, and also the dining style is family style dining.
Exactly.
So when the guests order,
it's actually sharing.
It's all about sharing. So you get all the dishes on the table, and everybody grabs a bit. The guests love it. Crew members can come here as well. So if you ever have a night off or whatever, and you want to come and try this out, you can come. And trust me, you definitely should try it, and you definitely should try those cream cheese wontons. Right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's go to the kitchen and see if we can get some of those. Okay,
please.
Let's go.
So here is the man of the hour when it comes to Silk Harvest. He is actually in charge of this restaurant. It's Mr. Adi. He's an assistant maitre d' from Indonesia. But what is really interesting, Mr. Adi is one of our success stories here on Celebrity Cruises. Adi, tell us something a little bit about yourself. How did you start it?
Well, thank you very much, Michelle. Actually, I started 2002. I was a night cleaner at that time, and then I'm so lucky to go through where I'm having right now, which is, I believe that is I got supported from all of my colleagues and all of my supervisor to provide the tools, to provide the guidance, to improve our skills and experience.
So basically from 2002 until now, you have been able to progress your career, and from the night cleaner, you are actually now an assistant maitre d'. That's so fantastic. So basically, if you have the right skill and the right attitude, you can just be successful with celebrities. That's correct.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us something a little bit about your restaurant?
Well, correct. This is a new specialty restaurant on board Equinox, and also actually for the Celebrity Cruise Line. It's an Asian fusion restaurant, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Thailandese, and just for you to know, we have a great dish, which is, you know very well, it's a cream cheese wonton.
Yeah, we talked about it already so many times, right?
Great, and also we have a nice of the Solstice roll. As you know, everybody loves it, and also on board Equinox, we do have Equinox rolls.
Right.
Which is very good for the beginners.
Yes, I do know. How many times I dine here? Just you can tell them. I'm a frequent flyer here, so I know all the dishes, and it's absolutely delicious. Right. And which one is your favorite?
Well, actually, my favorite is the orange chicken. The orange chicken is great with the citrus mandarin sauce. It's very refreshing, and it's served nice, lukewarm, so you can taste the crunchiness of the chicken.
Okay. So, just another question. What would you say, what is different in working, let's say, on other class of ships than this one? Is there any difference?
Well, yes. Obviously, it's a new excitement to work on the bigger ships at the new class. A lot of challenges, which is, I believe that is good if you like to improve yourself.
Absolutely, I wouldn't agree more.
Right.
Well, lovely, Ali. Thank you very much for all this.
My pleasure.
Can I get some of those Solstice rolls now?
So let's go inside to make it.
Please. seems that we have been transported to the finest French restaurant on land. Believe it or not, we're still on the ship. Where exactly, Barry?
That's right. We're in the Murano restaurant, our fine dining venue, and one of the most recognized fine dining venues at sea.
That is correct. This is how many stars?
Lots of them.
Lots of them, exactly. But let's not we be the one who's going to talk about the Murano itself. I think we have someone who is much more qualified to talk about the restaurant itself.
I agree. Let me bring in the pro.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me to your amazing restaurant for a dinner. But before we start eating, I was wondering if you can just, explain it a little bit more, the Murano, the concept itself.
Well, definitely. First of all, thank you for joining me for this amazing dinner. What I can say about the Murano is definitely one of our finest dining venue on board the Equinox, on board Solstice class ships. Is called the Murano, obviously this type of restaurant. And it is one of the most elegant French contemporary cuisine with those Mediterranean accents. And obviously being an upscale dining experience for all our guests is where we do those special preparation of tableside cooking and flambés. So that's why it makes this restaurant so very special.
Now, as I understand, you have been working on other class of vessel as well in the specialty restaurants. So would you be able to tell us if there's any difference, between the specialty restaurant and other type of vessel and Solstice classes or Murano itself?
Well, definitely, as Eddie, there are some big differences actually in between the specialty restaurants compared with the Millennium class. Obviously, Millennium class ships are, in regards to specialty restaurants, are bigger size. However, in here, what we do, we have been taking the best of our staff and bring them in the Murano class ships on board the Solstice class ships, and that's how we elevating our guest experience. There are some differences as well in China, in silverware. But this is only to upscale the dining experience towards our guests.
Fantastic. If you would have only one word to describe your experience on Solstice class vessel, what would that word be?
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Although I'm not a big wine drinker, but when I have someone experienced as you might just change my mind. But before we start talking about your experience here in Murano, I was wondering if you could just introduce yourself, where you're from and how many contracts you've been with the company.
My name is Brian, I come from Serbia, and I'm summarizing this beautiful and the best restaurant on board. And this is my second contract on Celebrity Equinox, and also my second contract in Murano.
Oh, they're fantastic. So what would you say, what it takes for someone to be a sommelier in Murano? How is it different than being a sommelier anywhere else?
Okay, since I came to Equinox, I used to work in the dining room, and it was a really excellent experience. But when I came here, that was something totally different, because our wine list is a little bit different. We're working with very excellent labels and excellent names, and services also very, very better, much better than in dining room.
So you say the service is much more personalized here?
Yes, I don't want to say that in dining room is the bad. No, it's excellent service as well. Just we do a little bit slow and fine dining service.
Fantastic. Now, if I would like to drink wine, let's say a white wine, what would you recommend?
Depends what you prefer more. You prefer more something fruit or something dry? Or
fruity and sweet.
Maybe some Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Farniente.
Fantastic. And what is the most expensive wine that you have in the wine cellar here?
Yes, most expensive wine is the Screaming Eagle, which coming from Napa Valley, vintage 1997, and price is very small, only $7,000.
Oh so. My goodness gracious! Can we have a glass of that?
Certainly, I have your card.
Thank you. Yeah, let's try it.
Pleasure.
All right, so here I am with two lovely ladies, Thea and Annie, a commis de rang and a chef de rang here in the beautiful Murano restaurant, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their experience. So, Thea, why don't you start with how does it feel to work on a Solstice class vessel, and what has your experience been like?
It is beautiful to work. This is actually my second contract. So first contract, first month when I came, I was in specialty restaurant, and after that I moved here in Murano. So experience, it's big experience. You can learn a lot of things which probably you can't learn nowhere else. And table side cooking preparation. It is a fine dining, Mexican light dinner, Chinaware, show plates, so everything is fantastic.
Perfect. And you're a chef there, Ran.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience here on the Solstice and in this restaurant in Murano?
So first in the Murano we are a very small team. So we are 6 chefs de rang, 4 commis and 1 sommelier. So this is very nice to learn with these other people, and we can be more friendly, we can know each other more. And then for the work, so we have a lot of table cooking side. For example, we do the Dover sole in table cooking side. We debone in front of the guest, and then we serve the sauce. So this is very friendly, we have more contact with the guest. So this is a very nice experience.
So it's a fine experience. Now, if you had one thing you could tell a crew member who's never been on these ships before, what would it be?
One thing from Murano.
Yes.
Fine dining, excellent.
Okay, perfect. What about you, Anne?
This is an unforgettable experience that the guests can have here, and no one else you can find. I mean, in a land, this is very expensive experience, and you cannot have. So this on a ship is very
great,
unique.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies. Now, with service like this, obviously our guests are going to have a fantastic experience. I've been eating way too much during this video, so I think I'm going to skip this dinner. All right, so here we are in the galley of the beautiful Murano restaurant with Chef Pier Paolo. Now, Chef, why don't you tell us a little bit about this fantastic galley?
Well, this is the Murano, top of the class, the best restaurant on board and all across the ship. And as I said before, every specialty has his own galley, his own crew, his own people. We are like a small restaurant ashore, but with an extra touch. I mean, you don't feel you are at sea when you have a dining here. So, and all the chefs that we have here are all specialty chefs. They are very well trained, one-to-one. You can see here all the dishes that we have. They are extra taking care of them. It is a bit more, let's say, a few-star Michelin.
A few-star Michelin, I like that a lot. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about the actual structure of the galley and what it looks like on the Solstice class ships?
Well, Solstice class ship, for the first 2 ships, which was the Solstice and the Equinox, this is the layout of the galley, which is a center layout, old class, old style French. But now the chef Jack redesigned all the galleys, so the new ships has a better distributed kitchen, easier to work, is long, is faster, better integrated. We can deliver faster food and better quality, so it's a bit different.
Perfect.
Improvement.
Now I look at your team here and it seems like you have an outstanding team. Is there anything that you would say to crew members coming to the Solstice class for the first time about these specialty galleys?
Well, first of all, the experience to work here is very, very difficult to find at the shore, because you are an exclusive restaurant. Here we train you, we teach you, we show anybody they can work anywhere. I mean, Jose was working in the main galley. He was doing very well. He came up, we trained him, we teach him now. He's 2 months on board and he's happy, has a lot of free time, of course, a lot of dedication. We have Jessica. Jessica was working in the veg room. So let's say not, but now she's the fish. She's taking care of the fish. So as well, training, you learn a lot. Is a fantastic experience. To have in your curriculum is unique.
Perfect. So I guess as a culinary professional, this is definitely as good as it gets on board our ships. You want to come, you want to make it here, you want to try it out. It's definitely something worthwhile, and it's going to do a lot of you, not just as a cook, as a professional, but also as a person, right?
Definitely. If you are passionate for this job, for cooking, for food, the quality of ingredients we use here, unique only for the specialties, and most of the things that you find, you will rarely find even ashore. So it's an experience you have to do. You have to.
Perfect. Well, the chef and his team have been as kind to prepare all this for us, so we need to start now. So thank you very much. Let's go. So, why don't you tell us where we are now?
We're on deck 5, all the way in the back, or as we say in ship term, aft, something that is called Ensemble Lounge. Why is it Ensemble Lounge?
Ensemble Lounge, it comes from, it actually is the area that assembles all the different specialty restaurants. This is not just this lounge here, which also is used as a jazz club with a bar, a fully functioning bar, but over here, right in front of us, we have the Michael's Club. Over there we have the Murano. And then on the back over there, Anna, what do we have?
We have all the rest of the specialty restaurants, such as Silk Harvest, the Blue is there, and of course the Tuscan Grill.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the F&B specialty dining center of the ship. It's a great area. We do use the strings over here and the jazz band sometimes, so it's actually also great entertainment.
And all of our guests, before they go into the specialty restaurant, they can come here and relax and have a cocktail even before to have a dinner.
Exactly. Are we going for dinner?
I'd rather have a martini before dinner.
Let's go have a martini. All right.
Okay.
So you'll find out very soon that this place needs almost no introduction once you get to the Solstice class vessels. We're on Bistro on 5, our creperie. And to talk a little bit about this place, we have Menino, our head waiter for the Bistro on 5. How are you, Menino?
I'm excellent. Thank you very much.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your restaurant?
Bistro on 5, it's actually a creperie, which is located on deck number 5, port side, next to the glass elevator.
Cool.
We serve crepes, soups, paninis, and we are open from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Wow.
20 hours open like CNN.
Like CNN, that's right. So Menino, why don't you tell us a little bit about the crew experience in here? Talk to us about your team, who works here, and what do they do?
Actually, the people who works here are the snack stewards,
okay,
which are from the buffet area upstairs in Ocean View Cafe, and also the waiters from the Tuscan restaurant.
Okay, so because you're open so long, they have to take turns, right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, Menino, you've been on a Solstice class vessel for 2 contracts now, right?
Already, sir.
Is there anything you would say to somebody coming to a Solstice class vessel for the first time that they want to know about these beautiful ships?
For the first timers, you know, when you see something new, it's always difficult to go for it.
Yeah.
But it takes time, 1-2 weeks. When I first came, it was on Eclipse, which was my first experience on a big ship. But I feel great after 1 or 2 weeks. I was set. Today, I think this is the best place to work.
Perfect. Well, Menino, thank you very much. You guys do a great job in here. I love it. This is actually one of my favorite restaurants. Hopefully you'll get to experience it as well. Thank you very much. I have to continue my tour, and I've been doing way too much eating this cruise. So
you can join us here for lunch.
Okay, you've convinced me now.
Thank you.
You've twisted my arm. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you later, Menino.
See you later. Thank you.
We're on Bistro on 5, one of the amazing feature of our Solstice class vessel, and the person who is responsible for this amazing display of food is actually Chef de Partie, Mr. Bilal. Would you mind explaining us what is it that you are preparing here on Bistro on 5?
Yes, Ella, thanks for asking. At Bistro on 5, we are a signature specialty restaurant. We are preparing luscious, savory, and sweet crepes. We do have a variety of paninis. Also soups, salads, also accompany that. And we also have a variety of other desserts along, but our specialty is our crepes.
And which one is your favorite?
My favorite crepe has to be the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean is marinated pesto chicken, sun-dried tomato, and a little shaved buffalo mozzarella.
Fantastic. So how many people you have on your team preparing all this feast for our guests?
Well, Ella, in my galley here, we have a separate galley here. We have 3 guys, including myself. So it's a small, tight-knit group of guys. We do this food, we prep our food, we cook all the stuff right out here in front for the guests, and we get it done.
Fantastic. So what is it that you do, that extra mile that can make our guests, being amazed?
Well, I think what amazes our guests the most is the fact that we are able to produce crepes sweet right here in front of the guests. The guests can kind of choose whatever they like, from fresh berries, fruits, herbs, etc., and we can make their crepes right here. They can kind of look upon and kind of make sure that we're doing it to their specification.
Fantastic. And if you really want to be amazed, you can just come to the Bistro on 5 and get your crepe with your name written on it.
Aha!
cranberry. Can't you smell it? There's nothing like the smell of the coffee in the morning. We're in Cafe Albacio, which is located on deck 5 near the glass elevators.
That's right, deck 5 midship. Now this is where our guests can come in the morning and get that little energy rush. They're specialty coffees, lattes, espressos. Actually, it's all espresso-based coffees from Lavazza, right?
Lavazza, correct.
I love it here. It's actually also a great place for our guests to come in the afternoon. We do have different selections of Danishes in the morning.
Yes.
Pastries, Danishes.
Danishes. Later on we have cold snacks, canapes.
Sandwiches, and also desserts in the evening. It's also a good area for our guests if they just want to enjoy a lounge where there's no music, it's no entertainment, but they still want to sit down and have a nice drink in the evening. This is also the spot. And if you go a little bit further from Cafe Albacio, it's a Gelateria Albacio, right?
Gelateria. Gelateria.
Gelateria, where I guess can get a specialty gelato, and it's fantastic. It's actually they pay like $2 or $3 depending on the size of the gelato, but it's great. It's fantastic ice cream. They love it. I love it. Coffee or gelato?
Coffee with gelato.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Wow, look at this.
Oh my God,
You're
you're very thirsty. This your drink?
Yes, this is my drink. But where are we? Where are we right now?
We are in the Molecular Bar, which is located on deck 5, Midship, right by the art gallery. But when it comes to Molecular Bar, which is a unique venue on Solstice class vessels, we need to say something.
Yeah, the Molecular Bar is actually a concept bar where I guess can drink some really, really exotic, really, really unique drinks. The ingredients we use are such exclusive things such as rose petals, flower elixirs, liquid nitrogen to cool down the drinks, which gives it this really smoky effect. It's actually not hot, it's really, really cold. And of course, we only use the best of the premium liqueurs here to make these cocktails. Right?
Absolutely. And you just have to come and experience the taste, because the ingredients they are mixing together, you won't believe it.
Yes, it's crazy, crazy cocktails. It's not the Martini Bar, it's a separate bar. It's a concept bar on deck 5, right next to the premium shopping and the art gallery.
So, can we just enjoy the drink now?
Yeah, I think there's enough for the two of us.
I think so. Can we have 2 shots, please? Lovely. Thank you. Oh, great.
Thank you very much. So here we are, definitely one of my favorite crew areas of the ship in the Solstice class vessels.
Mine too. We are at a view, which is an open deck area for our crew members located all the way on deck 6 forward.
That's right. This is where you come if you want to have some time off and you want to work on your tan, you want to read a book, call home. It's great reception up here. But one of the coolest areas or features of this area is that back there, the bar. So what kind of events do we do in here?
Well, mostly during the night we are organizing martini nights, wine and cheese night, acoustic nights, but also during the day we do have crew barbecues here and a lot of cool things.
Yeah, the barbecues are great. Crew members can come and get together. You know, it's a great environment to catch up and get some fresh air.
Absolutely.
So let's go back and have a drink. Yep.
Open your mind and look within.
All right, so Ella, right now we're in the library, which is right on the atrium as well, and we have a beautiful atrium on the Solstice class vessels. It goes all the way from deck 15 to deck 3.
That's correct.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the library?
Well, the library is located on deck 10 and deck 11. It holds over 6,000 titles. We have books that are located on deck 11 on different languages such as Spanish and German, but the main area of the library is actually on deck 10. When it comes to our guests, they can just come and just pick a book. We don't have a librarian here on board, but besides reading, they can come here and relax and
just watch a movie on their device or whatever. It's a beautiful lounge actually. And right underneath us on deck 9 is the card room.
That's correct. When it comes to card room, again, it's an area where the guests can come and play some cards or board games or just relax.
Yes, and then right underneath that, on deck 7, for 2 decks, we have Team Earth. Now, Solstice, Equinox, and Eclipse have Team Earth. Team Earth is the area dedicated to our environmental commitment, where our guests can go and learn a little bit more about what we do for the environment, and there's a lot of really cool technology with touchscreen that they can play with and find out a little bit more about what we do. But on the silhouette and the reflection, they're going to do something else.
Such as?
It's like a hideaway space. It's a different theme. It's kind of like, I believe it's something like a forest where they can go and sit down and kind of hide away from the hustle bustle of the ship every day. So, do you feel like reading a book?
Yes.
That's good.
Excellent. Wow, this looks absolutely amazing. Where are we, Barry?
We are in the Aqua Spa. The Aqua Spa in the Solstice class is located on deck 12 and deck 11, all the way forward. And in here you can find all the services that we normally offer, such as the gym, the beauty salon, the treatment areas, and the Persian garden, as well as a barber, which is exclusive to Solstice class.
Correct. Beside that, we can find here also the acupuncturist and Medispa doctor as well.
That's right, the acupuncturist, the Medispa, and here in the Solstice class, it's the first class of our fleet that actually has Aqua class staterooms, which is part of a package that includes direct access to some of the spa services and then facilities, as well as their own restaurant.
And we also have to mention that all the spa services are accessible and available to our crew members.
Exactly, but I think there's somebody else who can talk a little bit more about the services. What do you think?
I think you're right. Should we go and get her?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so here we are with Ivana, the spa manager of this beautiful spa in the Solstice class vessel. So Ivana, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Aqua Spa on the Solstice class ships?
Okay, the Aqua Spa on the Solstice class ships is a little bit different than Millennium because we are on a 2 decks, on 2 floors.
Okay.
We have the Aqua class guest, which is a bit different than the Millennium class, which this guest, they have actually access to the spa from their staterooms. They're entitled to have a Persian garden as a part of the package. Yeah. They have all kind of little different privileges as well. Also, we have different services on board than on the Millennium class, like different massages, facials, like bamboo massages, oxyderm facial, gold facial is like more for the Solstice class vessels.
Okay, perfect. Now, your team is bigger on these class ships, right?
We have 32 staff.
32 staff. Now, when you came to the Solstice class vessels for the first time, it was different. If you were to give one recommendation to a crew member coming to a Solstice class vessel for the first time, what would you say to them?
Oh.
It's bigger?
Yeah, it's bigger. More crew.
Okay, and give it some time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
On the Solstice class vessels, on deck 14 all the way forward, you can find the Sky Observation Lounge, which is, in other ships, also referred to as the Party Lounge. Now, what kind of events do we have in here, Ella?
Well, we have a lot of events. Basically, karaoke. We have the Captain's Club events.
Yes.
We have a live band playing as well.
Live band, free nights, the whole 9 yards.
That's
now, remember,
correct.
Solstice class vessels have a Party Lounge and a disco, which is a quasar. So there's 2 separate, but this is actually a very, very popular lounge. And on the other side of the lounge, you can find the Sky Conference Room.
That is correct. We have the Sky Conference A and the Sky Conference B as well.
Yes.
That is used for meetings, for trainings, and convention, exactly.
Yes. What you see here in the Sky Observation Lounge is the whole lounge is covered with ceiling to floor windows. So hence the title Observation is because guests can actually come and enjoy the views when they're sailing around with our ships or in our port. So it's a really, really great lounge to watch arrival, departure, and all that.
That's correct.
So I think they serve a killer martini in here. It's getting late. Let's go. So now we are on deck 14 aft in these beautiful Solstice class vessels, and this area is called the Ocean View Cafe. On other ships they call it the Lido, the main buffet. The Ocean View Cafe on the Solstice class vessels is unique in many ways. One of the things that you'll notice right away is that we don't have those big lines for the buffet. It's all different island stations. So what happens is the guests are divided into different islands, so you don't get the big lines. Something else you'll notice is there's no trays. Our guests on the Solstice class vessels in the Ocean View Cafe don't get trays. They just grab a plate, grab their food. Because there's barely any lines at the island stations, it doesn't matter. They can keep coming back and back without having to wait in line. Something else that's unique to this is there's nobody behind the islands and on the lines. There's just people in the pastime pizza station as well as in the grill station. Some of the unique F&B features is we have the destinations bar, which is the bar of this area. We also have an outdoor bar, which is the Ocean View Bar, which is in the back of the ship, on the back of the buffet, which is a place where they can sit outside and have a drink as well as have lunch. In addition to that, we have in here, we have the snack attendants working, the assistant waiters, the sommeliers that work in this area providing service. In other ships you have something that's called casual dining. Here there's not a specific casual dining area. We have a grill line and it's spread all over the buffet. Now that we've spoken about all this, I'm actually going to go and have some lunch because I'm getting really, really hungry. So here we are. We've been lucky enough to run into Chef Prashant, who's actually the executive sous chef for the Ocean View Cafe Galley. Chef, how are you?
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you for welcoming us to your galley.
Thanks to you to come in the galley to have interview with us.
Tell us a little bit about what goes on in this galley, in the Ocean View Cafe Galley.
As we open the breakfast, lunch and dinner till 1 o'clock in the night, we have pizza and pasta station open. So Ocean View operation is almost 16 hours open every day. All the production for Ocean View we do from the Deck 12 galley, and we have time frame for all the cookings. We have excellent crew, well-trained crew, satisfying the motto of the company, which is our guest satisfaction.
Perfect. Now, Chef, tell me something, because this is like an ongoing operations almost. It's almost 24 hours, right, with one thing and another. How many people work in this galley?
We have 24 cooks working for this galley.
Wow, 24 cooks, huh?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Now, Chef, if you were to say something to somebody who's coming to these beautiful Solstice class vessels for the first time in your galley, what would you say to them?
Exciting to work in the Solstice class galley. Everything is scientifically well managed, and I feel more power to work for the Solstice class. This is excellent galley. Everything is well equipped, the crew are well trained, and the atmosphere is very well to fulfill the motto, which is guest satisfaction.
Perfect. Now, Chef, would you mind giving us a little tour of your galley?
I will.
All right, let's go. Okay, Chef, well, thank you so much for doing this tour for us. Which part of the galley are we in right now? Which section is this one?
We are in the Ocean View Galley Deck 12, where we cook all the Asian food and the Indian food. We have 2 cooks working for that for the lunch time and for the dinner time. In the evening, we do mise en place for the next day, and we cook everything as fresh as possible. So this is the section for Asian and Indian food.
Perfect. Asian and Indian food on this section. Let's move on to the next section. So here we are in another section in the galley of the Ocean View. So which section is this, Chef?
This is the section where we cook all the hot food for breakfast, lunch and dinner for Ocean View restaurant.
Okay, perfect. All the hot food comes from this section here.
All the hot food comes from this section.
All right, perfect. Let's carry on to the next section. So now we're yet in another section, and which section is this, Chef?
This section, we prepare all the mise en place for the pizza and pasta station. All the pasta we boil here, all the topping for pizza and pasta we cut here, and then we send to the pizza station where we bake in front of the guest, everything as per the order from the guest.
So that's actually my favorite station, the pizza and pasta station. So this is where you prepare your ingredients and boil the pasta and all that?
All the ingredients and boiling pasta we do here.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's move on to the next section.
To the next.
All right, well, Chef, this is a great room for a hot summer day. What do you think?
Yes, very good.
So, Chef, what is this room? It looks pretty neat and organized.
As we are working as per standard from United States Public Health, we are keeping the production below 40 degree Fahrenheit in the walk-in refrigerator just to kill the bacteria, as the bacteria can grow between 40 degree Fahrenheit to 140 degree Fahrenheit. So we put the food in the blast chiller. After bringing the temperature below 40 degree Fahrenheit, this is the storeroom to keep the food
So we
under
keep it at
temperature.
this temperature. So this is where all the fresh ingredients are kept safe.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is a pretty good room. I never expected to see this in here.
The guest is fully chef by using this room to keeping the food temperature below 40 degree Fahrenheit.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's go to the next section.
We'll go there.
All right, now chef, you can have the best production system in the world, the best ingredients and the best cooks. Without this section, nothing happens, right?
This is more than 50% important for the culinary operation.
I see, I know. The utility cleaners work here in the pot wash area, dishwash, right?
Yes, they work here in the pot wash area, and he makes sure that all the pot coming out of the buffet area or the cooking area, it get washed as soon as possible by following the proper washing system. And this is the man who makes us proud in front of the guests.
Yeah, this is the guy. I mean, without these gentlemen, the utility cleaners, we would not be able to run the operation we do,
Very happy crew all the time. He makes sure that we are on time, we look good in front of the guests, then we get satisfied guests. So the hidden talent behind the show is the utility cleaner to wash the pot excellent way.
My name is Drew. I'm the cruise director here on board Celebrity Equinox, and joining me on the bridge, or rather I should say I'm joining you on the bridge, we have the master of the vessel, Captain Bouzakis, not only our current captain, but also, of course, the original master of the vessel. You were here for the startup, taking Equinox from the shipyards to the open ocean. So can you tell us what it was like to be part of that experience?
Well, starting up a vessel is a fascinating moment in every captain's career, and certainly for me, starting the Celebrity Equinox, it was a pinnacle in my career. It was very fascinating and interesting every day to see the development of this ship from the time I joined this Equinox project in Papenburg, Germany. And every time to be astonished with something new that I saw being created on board. I was particularly happy to see an interior and exterior design of these beautiful vessels to be the best I have ever seen afloat, and also on the last stage of this very interesting project, I was particularly astonished with all these special projects that we have on board. And I mean to talk a little bit about that. I mean this magnificent ficus tree that we have in the central atrium. This is certainly something to see. The hot glass show that we offer to our guests up on deck 15, and certainly our lawn club, real grass, real lawn up on deck 15 in the aft.
These are amazing design innovations for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, talking about some of the differences with a Solstice class vessel, such as Celebrity Equinox, being here on the navigational bridge, can you talk a little bit about what some of the differences are from this perspective?
Well, from the bridge standpoint of view, I would say that the Solstice class are different from other ships in one and only way. We have the most modern, the most sophisticated equipment to navigate, and I'm pleased to share the use of them every day with the bridge team. It is really the last word of the technology.
And then, of course, one of the significant differences with the Solstice class is just quite simply the size of the vessels compared to the other ships. Do you ever sit down and think what an awesome responsibility that is to be the captain, not only of this incredible ship, but to bear the responsibility of that and all the people on board?
Yeah, I understand the responsibility of a captain on every ship is more or less the same. And if there is something different here is, as you said, a very large ship that can hold a lot more guests and a lot more crew. Maybe the responsibility there raises a little bit more. But also on Solstice class ships, we really mean to do something a little different, something that we call flair. flair? A flair is not only what you do for our guests, but how you do it, your speed, your style, your flair, in such a way that we always deliver the best experience for our cruising guests. Are you ready to show us your celebrity flair?
Here we are, and I don't think this place actually needs any introduction.
No, but we need to say it where we are, right? We are on a navigational bridge which is located on deck 10 all the way the forward of the ship, which is kind of logical.
It's logical. If not, unless we were reversing everywhere, this is the right place for it to be. Now, this is where a deck team navigates the ship. Also, all the drills take place here. It's a command center of the ship, really.
That is correct.
But there's something else about this place right now. It's the end of our tour.
It is?
Yes. Now, you will probably have the chance to come and visit the bridge during one of the organized crew bridge tours or during the Welcome Aboard session. But I think Ella and I just want to say a few more things about the tour, so...
Yeah, well, basically, during this entire tour, you've seen everything, right?
Everything.
We have been in all the lounges, we have
eaten in all the restaurants.
Eaten in all the restaurants, we showed the crew areas as well.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking.
A lot of walking.
My feet are hurting now from all the walking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we really hope you enjoy the tour now. Solstice class vessels are probably going to be the biggest ships you've ever worked on. And it can be a little overwhelming at times, but how long do you say it takes for a crew member to get used to with these ships?
Well, depends on the individual. Someone gets used to it more quicker than the other, but maybe a cruise.
Two cruises.
Yeah.
One of the things I can tell you is all the crew members, I've been on these ships now for 2 years, 2.5 years, and the crew members love it. There's a sense of pride, a sense of camaraderie, and at first it's kind of like, oh, it's so much work, but once you get here, you become part of a very unique team. We can't explain it, but it's part of this experience. You'll love it.
And also we have the HR team here on board, and we are here for each and every crew member to assist them with anything.
That's right. We're here to look just after you. This is what we do all day, every day. So when you come on board, come and see us just to say hello. Tell us if you saw the video and you enjoyed it. Actually, we want to know how we did. And of course, we're more than happy to help you develop your career, help you adjust, take you to the next level, or just help you have the best contract you've ever had. So without further ado, let's take this puppy for a spin.
Yes, please.
All right,
and see you on a Solstice class vessel.
See you around. All right, Ella?
All right, Barry.
Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead it is.
Up we go.